Hello. Thank you again for joining me on Spiritual Discussions. This topic and video will be on finding the truth, which is something I hope all of us would be interested in doing. But let's face it, many of the things that we believe in are based upon superstition and not truth. So, what constitutes truth? How do we define and identify truth? In reality, there are four different types of truth: subjective truth, objective truth, relative truth, and absolute truth. Subjective truth refers to individual interpretations of experiences consisting of emotional, intellectual, and spiritual perceptions and misconceptions. Objective truth is related to reality, which has been variously defined by sources. It means the state or quality of being true, even outside of a person's individual's feelings, imaginings, or interpretation. Relative truth is true to you and may not be true for another person. Each person would have his own truth. It is relative to the persons or groups holding that truth. For instance, a church or a religion. With relative truth, we can have opposing truth, and both are right because it is only true for one person and not the other. But absolute truth is the concept of an unconditional reality which transcends limited, conditional, everyday existence. With absolute truth, if my truth is opposing your truth, then we both cannot be right and have the absolute truth. We both may be wrong, but for sure, we both cannot be right. So listen to these statements and think about them. And are these statements based on absolute truth or not? One, you cannot eat pork because pork is bad for you. Two, you cannot smoke cigarettes because they are bad for you. Three, there is a God. Or four, there is no God. Five, the Bible is the Word of God. Relative truth will need defending because it is truth for you, but absolute truth does not need to be defended, but only revealed. So think about that when you're trying to prove your truth. Do we really need to defend it or just reveal it? We must really have a love for the truth and not in what we believe. This is when absolute truth can be revealed. If we have the absolute truth, everything will fit together like a puzzle. So, in judging the truth, to judge if you have the truth, you need to be willing to examine what is opposing that truth and see if you can answer that opposition. If you cannot answer the opposition, how do you know that the opposition is not the truth? There's a reason why a person cannot examine the opposition to what he or she believes. The problem is in the action that the person is taking. For example, while you are giving me your facts, I am not really listening to you to examine your facts. I am looking for ways to prove that you are wrong. But suppose I am the one wrong. But because I am not willing to examine my own facts like I'm examining yours, I will not be able to see where I am wrong and you are right. We need to be able to listen to each other and willing to examine and weigh each other's facts. You cannot really know if you have the truth by only looking at and reading material based on what you believe. You only then just forcing your beliefs. How do you know your beliefs is really the absolute truth? You would need to look at and read material that go against what you believe and see if you can answer the oppositions to your beliefs. So, in closing, if we accept ideals that are contrary to truth, we will live the lie we embrace. Which, let's face it, that's what many of us are really doing. When understanding is hindered by arrogance and prejudice, true knowledge and truth often gives way to distorted perceptions of reality. I hope you found this insightful. If you disagree with any of the information that presented here, or if you have any questions, I would love to hear from you. So in closing, please feel free to share this video with others. If you would like to see more of this type of content, please click this subscribe button below on this channel. I would also love for you to post your comments and questions below. Just be respectful to one another. And remember, I will try to upload new videos on Sundays and Wednesdays. Thank you.